Scene script. Have you ever paused in your tracks and wondered, who am I really? We've all had those fleeting moments, haven't we? Moments when we really question the essence of our existence, the core identity that makes us uniquely ourselves. We're not talking about the roles we play in life, a parent, a friend, an employee, a boss. No, we're delving deeper, far beyond the surface level of our everyday lives. Imagine, if you will, a part of you that is separate from your physical form, separate even from your thoughts and emotions, a part of you that just observes, that always has been and always will be. This is the observer self. It's the part of you that's reading these words right now, the part of you that's aware of your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences. It's the part of you that's aware of your own awareness. This observer self is not influenced by the external world. It doesn't age, it doesn't change, it doesn't judge. It's a constant, unchanging presence within you. It's the essence of who you are at a spiritual level. And here's where things get really interesting. This observer self, it's not just a part of you. It's the real you. The physical body, the thoughts, the emotions, they're just temporary vehicles for this observer self to experience the physical world. They're not who you truly are. You are not your physical body. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the observer self. So what does this mean? It means that you are more than just a human being. You are an individualized expression of the divine, a light being having a human experience. Your existence is not confined to the physical realm. You are a timeless, eternal being. What if you are more than just a human being? More than just your physical body? Consider this. Perhaps you are an observer, a consciousness experiencing life through the human lens. Imagine for a moment you are seated in a grand theater. The play unfolding on stage is the story of your life. You are the audience, watching it all, observing each act as it unfolds. This is the essence of the observer self, the part of you that watches your thoughts, feelings, and experiences without judgment or interference. The observer self is a silent witness. It's not swayed by the drama, the laughter, the tears, or the applause. It simply observes. It doesn't tie itself to the role of the hero or the villain, the victim or the victor. It's separate from the characters, the plot twists, the sets, and the props. It's separate from the physical body that houses it, and the ego identity that often tries to direct the show. But what if the observer self isn't just a passive spectator? What if it's the director, the scriptwriter, and the producer, all rolled into one? What if it's the one choosing the scenes, the characters, and the dialogues? Now let's take this a step further. What if your observer self and my observer self, and the observer selves of everyone around us are all part of a single, universal consciousness? A consciousness that's orchestrating this grand play we call life. Imagine all of us, observer selves, as individual points of light, each experiencing life from our unique vantage points, yet all part of the same radiant source. We're like countless stars in the cosmos, each shining with our own light, but all part of the same celestial tapestry. This is the profound concept of the observer self. It's not just about observing life, but about realizing our interconnectedness, our oneness with the universe, and our divine essence as pure consciousness. Could it be that we are not just human beings, but beings of consciousness, experiencing life through the human form? Imagine if your identity is not confined to your physical form, but is instead a vast, limitless consciousness. Imagine if your identity is not just your name, your occupation, your relationships, or your physical body. Rather, you are an expansive, boundless consciousness connected to every other living being on this planet and beyond. This is an idea that may seem outlandish, but it is deeply rooted in ancient wisdom and is gaining traction in modern thought. The observer self, a concept we discussed in the previous scene, is a key component in understanding this perspective. It's the part of you that watches, that observes your thoughts and feelings without judgment or attachment. It's the quiet voice within that remains unchanging, even as the world around you evolves. Now imagine if this observer self is not just a part of you, but is you. That it is not confined within the boundaries of your body or mind, but is instead an individualized expression of a larger, universal consciousness. In essence, You are not separate from the world around you, but an integral part of it. This is a profound shift in perspective. It requires us to let go of our ego-driven identities, which are often tied to our physical bodies and social status. It asks us to embrace the idea that we are much more than our physical selves. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So, why is this important? It's because when we identify with this larger consciousness, we begin to see ourselves in everything and everyone around us. We realize that our actions have a ripple effect, impacting not just our lives, but the entire universe. We understand that our suffering and joy, our successes and failures, are all part of a grander scheme. In essence, this perspective can bring about a profound sense of peace and purpose. It helps us realize that we are not alone in our struggles, and that every experience, good or bad, is an opportunity for growth and learning. In essence, you are not a human being having a spiritual experience, but a spiritual being having a human experience. What changes when you embrace the truth of your identity as a spiritual being? Imagine a shift in perspective, like taking off a pair of glasses that have tinted your worldview for so long and seeing things in a new light. That's what happens when we embrace our identity as spiritual beings. We are not merely existing. We are living, breathing manifestations of the universe, an individualized expression of the divine. When you acknowledge this truth, you'll find a sense of peace that's beyond understanding. It's like coming home after a long journey, finding a place of peace and tranquility within yourself. This peace doesn't rely on external circumstances, but springs from the well of your own spirit. Moreover, embracing your spiritual identity brings purpose. Suddenly, life is not just a series of random events, but a canvas upon which you paint your own unique expression of the divine. Every interaction, every experience is an opportunity to express your truth, to shine your light, to be a beacon of love and peace in the world. But how do we nurture this spiritual identity? How do we cultivate this observer self? It starts with mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your full attention to the present moment. It's about observing your thoughts, feelings, and experiences without judgment. It's about seeing things as they are, not as we wish them to be. Every moment is an opportunity to practice mindfulness, to be the observer, to step back from the drama of life and simply watch. When you cultivate this mindfulness, you'll start to see the divine in everything. You'll see the interconnectedness of all things, the beauty in the mundane, the sacred in the ordinary. You'll see the world not as a place of strife and struggle, but as a playground for your spirit, a stage upon which the divine drama of life unfolds. Remember, you're not a human being on a spiritual journey, but a spiritual being on a human journey. As you navigate this journey, remember to pause, to observe, to be present in the moment. Embrace your true identity, for you are a spiritual being, a consciousness, an observer experiencing life. So what does this journey of self-discovery entail? Well, it's not a destination, but an ongoing voyage, a quest to understand the core of our being. It's about peeling back the layers of our physical existence to reveal the spiritual essence that lies beneath. It's about acknowledging that we are more than just our physical bodies, more than our thoughts, our emotions, and our experiences. We are an individualized expression of the divine, a spark of the infinite that is experiencing itself in the finite realm of human existence. This journey is also about nurturing our observer selves, that part of us which remains detached from the ebbs and flows of life. The observer self is like a silent witness, always present, always watching. It is the part of us that remains unchanged, untouched by the trials and tribulations of our human lives. By nurturing this observer self, we strengthen our connection with the divine, with the infinite source from which we all emerge. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on our journey so far. We've explored the mystery of existence, delved into the concept of the observer self, and investigated the relationship between consciousness and identity. We've also grappled with the notion of our true identity, the realization that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. As we continue on this journey, Let's remember to embrace our spiritual nature, to seek peace with who we truly are. Let's strive to live authentically, to express our divine selves in every thought, every action, and every interaction. And as we move forward, let's remember that this journey is not a solitary one. We are all on this path together, all part of the same divine tapestry. Let's support each other, learn from each other, and grow together. Remember, you are not a human being living a temporary spiritual life. You are a spiritual being living a temporary human life. So let's make the most of this precious human life by living it with love, compassion, and a deep sense of spiritual purpose.